Good morning from Mount Stewart. So Rob's just heading off now. We're halfway through the day already. I promised last week that I'd talk about the post-storm tree failures and things like that. So team are having their break at the moment over there. Big waves. There we go. See, yeah, happy bunch. Anyway, so a few of you are asking like how many did we lose and all that sort of thing. So when I say we lose a significant tree, that's me referring to a lot of these big mature or veteran trees, like notable trees. So here in the glen, most of the beech trees here, what I would call notable. Like anything sort of less than that, I regard as just a small branch or small tree. Not really an issue. Anyway, so there are about 13, if I remember right. Now, the bulk of these were in the woods in the storms we had there last week. And all but one of them were biological failures. So they were already partially decayed with various fungal decay, just old age stuff. And the only one that wasn't is this particular one here. So this would be classed as a mechanical / structural / climatological failure. So basically it is a classic wind blow. It's a root plate failure. So the tree is actually in rude health, other than it being maybe quite close grown. Obviously it's grown up amongst its other trees here, but it's the actual root plate that failed. The roots are in good condition. What you're looking at here is just a sheer wind power, structural failure of the ground around it, and you can see it's on the edge of the stream here as well. So basically it's only got one root plate on one side and the rest of it is there on the other side and underneath one of the tracks. So the tracks may have impacted some of its root structure over the years, but the reality is it's on the edge of a slope. So effectively it's got no brace on the other side of it. So that wind would have been pushing it, very big gust range. So it was doing this with the tree, which is why a lot of those ones that have biological issues in them, the fungi will quite often take away the part of the timber that allows it to flex. So, trees do this. Whereas if they don't have that flexibility, they're very rigid, they do this to a point and then snap. So you'll see some of those big stem failures around the estate. But this one, yeah, root plate failure, came over. You can see there's a gap in the edge of the woodland up there, and that is due west. So that's where you had main wind coming straight through the tree, and obviously this tree here was in its direct path, and yeah, sheer power of the wind just pushed it over alongside the stream. So we're clearing up. It takes about a day to clear up these sorts of trees, like fully, with the team of volunteers here helping us out. And Rob's just gone off with the chip. So virtually all of this tree is getting chipped for biomass, which obviously supports our heating and hot water needs in the house. So it's all going to get used. We'll leave a lot of the features, like these torn areas here, like veteran features we call them. We'll probably leave this main bulk of this stem and even the root plate as it sits, and that will provide really good habitat for lots of invertebrates over the coming decades. We'll take a few lengths out of it. That'll probably go up to the yard and just work its way into our usual timber usage. Everything else chipped, and you'll be able to walk across the path without having a bit of a clamber. So I know a few people have been in at the weekend and they realised that, actually it's quite a big tree to get around, but it's obviously safe and stable. We just haven't been able to get to it until now, because we've had quite a few other trees to deal with around roads and sort of more urgent safety-based issues. Anyway, hope that's a little bit of an insight. If you'd like to hear sort of maybe more detailed stuff around the mechanics of sort of trees and tree safety management, then let me know in the comments, and perhaps I'll try and get together some form of edited video in the future that kind of talks about that with visual examples as well while I do it. So in the meantime, I hope you're having a fantastic week, and we'll see you next week.